President Donald Trump, top advisors, and President of the United of El Salvador. I can't pronounce the guy's name, and I don't think he's a decent enough human being for me to try to be polite. Fuck him. Fuck Trump. Moving on. Said Monday that they have no basis for the small Central American nation to return a Maryland man who was wrongly deported. This is what the Supreme Court said, wrongly deported. 9-0. Even the fucking fundies on the Supreme Court says this is wrong. When those fuckers said you've gone too far, you've gone too fucking far. Moving on. Wrongly deported last month. President of El Salvador said the idea is preposterous, even though the Supreme Court has called the administration to facilitate Guillermo Abrego Garcia's return. No, I fucked that up. Sorry. Trump administration officials emphasized that Abrego Garcia, who was sent to the notorious gang prison in El Salvador, was a citizen of that country and that the U.S. has no say in his future. The president of El Salvador, who has been a virtual partner of the Trump administration in its deportation efforts, said, of course, he would not release him back to the U.S. soil. The question is preposterous. How can I smuggle a terrorist into the United States? He said, sitting alongside Trump, told reporters in the Oval Office Monday, I don't have the power to return him to the United States, even though the Supreme Court said do it. The Supreme Court's supposed to be the court of final appeal. They say do something. We, as a nation of laws, are supposed to fucking do it. I don't give a care if some philosopher out there wants to argue, nitpick about. Just fuck off. I don't have to be emotionally invested directly to Mr. Garcia's as a person. I don't have to be his neighbor. I don't have to be his friend. I don't have to be his family, his in law. I don't have to be directly connected to him to be someone who feels compassion, someone who knows through knowledge of history that this is not going to be a one-off thing. This is going to continue and continue and continue if we do not put our foot down and demand at least the fucking law be followed. He was here legally. His wife was a citizen. His child is a citizen. I could argue the minutia of if he was or was not at one time a member of MS-13. You don't stop being a human being when you're part of an illegal gang. Hell, the Republicans are quickly becoming one. I'd love to see them fucking deported. I don't know what country in the world would fucking take them. Hell, Trump has 34 indictments against him. Where's he going to be hauled off to? This is not a failure just as a government. This is not failure of Americans in general, Germans, French, English, Spanish. This is a failure of humanity to learn that from the warning signs that this stuff could be averted. Example after example after example. Do a Google search, pre-war Germany, and what was led up to now. There's a lot of similarities. If you can't do a Google search, fuck off. I'm a history geek. I've been worried about shit like this since I started this channel. I've give example after example of how someone they just choked back on the crazy enough, and Trump barely did, and screamed that he loves Jesus. He'll be in, and look what we got when he did. This isn't the first year of the second term. This isn't the first 6 months. What the fuck is he gonna pull over the next 4 years? I don't want us to be so numb to this shit that we don't pay attention. He's already he's already talking about wanting a third term because why not, reasons. No Republican. I I just maybe Liz Cheney. I'd take Liz Cheney. Because even though the Cheney family is evil as fuck, even they are going, this is going too far. When the conservative members of the Supreme Court says this is going too far, this is going too fucking far. Comments down below. And again, if any philosophers out there want to argue about the nearest nitpicking thing, I don't give a shit. Trump supporters, you're not worth talking to. You're just not. Your arguments adds up to the same level of a fucking child who goes, "Nuh-uh." Comments down below. Goodbye.